Alright, so when we first sign in to Tinkercad, it takes you to your dashboard, and from there you can open a new design. So I'm going to come over here to create new design. And then it's going to open up my work plane. So here I have the grid, I have the shapes that I can use over here, as well as a drop down with additional shapes. We have the camera button. If I hold this, I can twirl around and look at anything I need to. And then we have our zoom in and zoom out. Also, if you make a mistake, so let's say I put this round roof here and I made it bigger and I thought, uh-oh, I don't want that. I can come over here to the back button and undo anything that I did that I don't want to do. And if I undo something and I change my mind, I can go back and put it back if I want to. So for now, I just want us to kind of get used to some basic tools on Tinkercad. One of the first things to point out is how you change the title of a project, because that's how I'm going to know who's done what. So if you come over here, we can put in Astrobot and the name. Now this would be your name, and if there's several students working together, you could put several names here. Then you click away and it'll automatically save. Now, I want us to start by placing an Astrobot. So if you come over here, we can click on the drop down. And right here where characters are, then I can see a lot of cool options here. So I'm going to place my Astrobot first. So I clicked on it and I dragged it over. And then I want to attach at least 3 things to my Astrobot. So let's say I could grab an ice cream cone. Now, when a shape, when you have it on the work plane here, notice these white squares. Each of those will make your image bigger or smaller based on that square, okay? Unless, now let's say I didn't want to do that, I'm going to go back twice. Unless I want to make it bigger or smaller evenly. If I want to do that, I can hold my shift button, click it, bigger, smaller, okay? Now, if you want to lift it up off the work plane, you can grab the cone right here at the top, click on it, and I can see now it lifts it up or down. So I'm going to use my arrow keys now and try to back it up into the hand. There we go. And then I want to use my camera tool to make sure it's actually touching the Astrobot's hand, and it is, so we're good there. I'll go back to home so I have my original view, zoom out a little bit. Alright. So I want you to attach at least 3 things. I'll do 2 here for our example. I'm going to put a mustache and grab it with a cone, pull them up, and use the arrow keys. One thing I will say is you definitely want to use the arrow keys instead of just the mouse, because the mouse is pretty sensitive and it can make adjustments a lot quicker than you want it to. Alright, that looks good. Now after you have your 3 things, I want you to try to create a background. So to do that, you'll come over here and click on this, click on Basic Shapes, and then let's say I can place a box. Now with the box, I don't want it to get bigger evenly, so I'm going to only click on the squares where I want to make it bigger. So I'm going to click on this one, make it wider, wider, taller. I don't think I want it quite that thick, so I'm going to click right here and pull it in a little bit. And now I'm going to use my arrow keys to back it up. Oop, too far. Alright. Now I don't want my background to be red, so I'm going to change that. I'm going to click over here and do maybe like a sky blue. Awesome. Alright, now I want to do another one because I want you to do at least 2 walls and a floor. So what I'll do here is I'm going to click on this shape and come over here to our duplicate button. And now it blinked, but what it did was it put the same shape in the same spot. So now I can use my curly arrows. Let's find where it went. Here it is, right there. I'm going to click on that and twirl it till it says 90, because I want to turn it by 90 degrees. And I'm going to use my arrow keys to place it the rest of the way. So I'm going to bring it up using the down arrow, and then the left arrow. Nice. Alright, now I'm going to zoom out and check with the camera to make sure it's the way I want it. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Alright, now I'm going to do the floor. Are you ready for something a little bit more challenging? So what you'll do is you'll click on the wall, hit duplicate, and then use this curly arrow on top, and I'm going to do that 90 degrees again. Whoa, now it's floating in the air though, so I'm going to use the cone and bring it down. Then I'll use my arrow keys. And the floor is a bit different size-wise than the walls, so I'm going to take this square right here and bring it out. And then maybe make it a little bit skinnier. There we go. That looks pretty good. But I don't really want a blue floor, so I'm going to click over here and make it green like some grass. And there we go. And once you get your background, if you want to add some things to it, you can. Have fun with it. Maybe you can add, let's say, like a sun. I'll put a sphere here, make this yellow. And then I can pick this up. Maybe make it a little bit bigger. I'm going to hold the shift button down so it's bigger even this way. There we go. And then I'm going to make it skinny, so it'll squish it. There we go. Now I can use my back arrow. Maybe the cone to bring it up a little bit. And now I have a sun. Alright friends, so play around with it and enjoy.